up the series at home here tonight, and as well as wrap up their season at Borleski. Once again, wanted to say thank you for joining us tonight on the Sweets Digital Network. Garrett Early with you for coverage. As you see working on the mound, the big right-hander at YVC, the incoming to Lewis and Clark State by way of Amman, Idaho, and Jace Hanson, 6'4", 210 pounds, comes in 0-3 record, but a 6.82 ERA on the season. 10 games played, 5 starts, one of the most utilized pitchers the Sweets have had. He's coming off a tough outing. Wasn't necessarily a bad outing versus Portland, but got credited with a loss as the Sweets fell 8-1 versus the Pickles a little bit over a week ago. Went 5 innings, allowed only 2 runs, both being earned on 3 hits. Struck out 5 and only walked 3. As today also a very interesting day. As with that, we get a chance to look at who's working around Hanson today. Well, he's going to be throwing to Leo Rivera. Rivera will work behind the plate tonight. He will work everywhere tonight. What can't Leo Rivera do? Well, apparently nothing, because he's going to do everything here today. Working behind the plate to start, going to first, second, short, third, then the left, center, right. He's going to play everywhere and then finish the game on the mound. But with that, how things start off for the Sweets, this will change quite a bit. Kevin Spear in left with Nick Siemens in center and Logan Meyer in right. The infield from third to first. Jack Johnson, Malcolm Williams, Dean Pettyjohn, who will likely go behind the plate following this inning. He works at second with Davis Milwaukee working at first. We mentioned Leo Rivera behind the plate. Rivera rounding out his season with the Sweets tonight, as well as wrapping up his career at Borleski, going to do a grad year at Lewis and Clark State. The first pitch outside, hauled in by Rivera. It's 1-0 here to Jake Takata. Rivera played 4 years at Whitman. He'll round out his Borleski career here today as Takata will loop one down the left field side. It's foul. Make things 1-1. Big crowd, final home game of the year for the Sweets. They'll go to Wenatchee tomorrow to finish off their regular season. On the other side, Ridgefield and the Raptors, they will be heading to the West Coast League postseason, but will have a 3-game series versus Corvallis. Heavily with a lot to do with the seeding in the West Coast League postseason. This thing's fouled off again by Takata. It's 1-2. So Jake Takata coming out of the University of Portland, the Portland Pilot, playing 52 games this past season. 3 for 10 on the series with an RBI. 3 for 6 yesterday. Leadoff batter. Breaking ball. He got him. Hanson drops a big-time breaking ball to hop on in. 1 batter up, 1 batter down for Jace Hanson. Puts 1 away in the top of the first. So Hanson's able to sit down Takata and bring up Travis Welker. With that, we get a chance to look at who's working in the batting order tonight for Ridgefield and the Raptors. Jake Takata went down looking on a strikeout. Travis Welker followed by Jacob Sharp, West Coast League leader in homers, now 12 on the year. As the fastball trying to hit the outside corner, it cannot. It's a head 1-0. Jacob Sharp in the 3-hole, followed by Doyle Kane and Riley McCarthy. Tyler Howard in the 6-hole. As a fastball on the low way corner. That one able to connect. It's 1-1. 7-8-9, Austin Cavendish, Nate Kirkpatrick, and Latif Wakil will round out the order tonight for Ridgefield. Hanson delivers. This one looped into shallow center. Siemens underneath it. He'll make the grab. That puts 2 outs on the board in the inning. We talked with Leo Rivera pregame just a moment ago discussing last time he's caught. Well, he was kind of hoping an inning would go like this, trying to get out though. As hasn't really been a catcher since back in his early teens. Guy who was used to playing everything growing up. Hanson delivers. First pitch fastball inside. It's 1-0. (1-0) away. Pitch down the pipes to Jacob Sharp. Sharp, 12 homers now on the year for the member of Fullerton College from Whittier, California. Batting almost 400 on the year. Hanson delivers. Breaking ball looped into shallow right. Going after is Meyer. He'll come down with it, make the grab, and that will end the inning. So Leo Rivera gets his wish. He's able to switch positions as a 1-2-3 inning to start off the ball game. The Sweets try and take the bats and get on the board first when we come back on the Sweets Digital Network. So we welcome you back into Borleski. We'll go over the changes in the field for the Sweets. So in this inning, things getting a little interesting. So at first, now turns Leo Rivera. At second goes Kevin Spear, who's playing in left. Malcolm Williams, he stays at short, so at least a little bit of normalcy. And just to turn everything on its head, Davis Milwaukee, who we've only seen go at first base this year, well, he gets a chance to play on the hot corner over at third. In the outfield, from left to right, the only change is Jack Johnson. So Doyle Kane will lead things off after a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first. As Hanson will fire in, first pitch to Kane is popped up in a right field. Going after it is Meyer, who'll make the grab, and that will put one away. So you believe seeing in the center field cam a little moment ago, you saw Sweet Lou on the camera. No disrespect, not great on cams. Not great on camera. Yeah, not great. But he's also now in the booth, so shouts out to Sweet Lou. Crazy day here from Borleski, especially with some changes now in the field that we mentioned a moment ago. Jace Hanson still working on the bump. He deals first pitch to Riley McCarthy. And also behind the plate is now Dean Pettyjohn. So Pettyjohn goes behind the plate. As Hanson will sit and deal. Check swing by McCarthy. Did he go? They say yes. It was a count of 1-1. Riley McCarthy, the hometown kid in a way for Ridgefield out of Vancouver, Washington. 1 for 5 on the series. Watches one down. Not able to hit that time. Yeah, it's 2-1. Top of the second inning. Scoreless ball game. As Hanson will kick and deal. Again, least foul out of play. McCarthy comes into the series batting .380 out of the University of Portland, the Portland Pilot. 7 games started this past year with 13 games played. .240 average, just about. Top of the second, he'll await the 2-2 fire in. Check swing, got a piece of the bat, stays alive. Chase one, which very well could have been dangerous, but luckily for him, that is not the case. Riley McCarthy, he went in the series versus Sweets. Want to talk about game threes? Well, Riley McCarthy possibly the best one. 4 for 5, 4 runs scored, 2 RBIs. No one on here for him, 1 away. 2-2 pitch from Hanson. In the dirt. Hops away, the count runs full. Full count pitch here to McCarthy from Hanson. 1 away. The 3-2, kick and deal. Tapped backwards foul. We stay where we are. Full count. Nobody on here. 1 away. McCarthy will await. Hanson again will fire in. Swung on, and the bat lost out of the hands. One of the worst ways to strike out swinging. McCarthy goes well out of his hands. Puts 2 outs on the board. Second punch down for Jace Hanson as he really made McCarthy look foolish. So Tyler Howard will step in. First time seeing Howard on this series. Still wait. First pitch from Hanson. Fastball paints the low outside shade. It's 0-1. So Hanson now on 0-1. 2 away. This one on the ground. Tapped over to Williams. Backhand grab. The throw to first in time. And that will end the inning. 6-3 on the putout. The side is retired. Nothing doing for the Raptors. We go bottom of the second. More when we come back on the Sweets Digital Network. So we welcome you back into Borleski as an interesting day here with the Sweets. Just heard Whitman baseball team here supporting a couple of Walla Walla guys, but also a teammate and their team captain for the past 2 years in Leo Rivera. He's trying to do a feat that not many people have done. Play all 9 positions in the course of a baseball game as he now moves over to second. With that, Davis Milwaukee goes back to first. Rivera goes to second. Williams stays at short. Jack Johnson comes back in from the outfield to go to third. In the outfield from left to right, Kevin Spear, Nick Siemens, and Logan Meyer. Jace Hanson still working on the bump. As also Dean Pettyjohn still working behind the plate. So not a whole lot of changes. The only change is Leo Rivera comes in to play at second. Everything else pretty much down to how it was to start off the ball game. Austin Cavanis will lead things off. Hanson will sit, fire, deliver first pitch to him. Laced high and deep into center field. Siemens underneath it. He'll make the grab, put one away. The first pitch swinging there was Cavanis and hauled in from Nick Siemens. As Leo Rivera, final game being played here at Borleski. Played 4 years with Whitman, a two-time 2-year team captain. As Nate Kirkpatrick will step in. The 2-time team captain and getting a little bit of support from his fellow Blues. He will be spending a grad year, however, at the NAIA ranks at Lewis and Clark State, and is expected to fight for one of the starting infield spots with the Warriors at first and third. Another LC Warrior dealt one low and inside, hits for a strike. It's 1-1. Top of the third inning. Reminder that this third inning brought to you in part by Paul Richardson Insurance. Kirkpatrick will await. 1 out on the board. Another pitch. Able to hit the outside low away corner. It's now 1-2. So Hanson in the driver's seat. 1-2 pitch. On its way. 1 away. Nobody on. Kirkpatrick swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that's the third punch out of the day for Jace Hanson. Puts 2 outs on the board in the top of the third. So Jace Hanson, a wonderful start so far tonight. 3 strikeouts. As Steve Wakehill will step in. Wakehill at a UC Davis and Palm Way, California. No homers, 3 RBIs, batting below 100 at .74. Get another little bouncer down the first base side. It's 0-1. Hanson today, he's been impressive. We talked about has struggled at times on the year. We've seen a lot of good and a little bit of bad as well. Will fire the fastball outside corner. But Jace Hanson was a guy who did go in the outing that a lot of people would like to forget about, that June 5th matchup versus Ridgefield, game number 3, as a pitch swung on and missed, put Hanson ahead. Looking for a little retribution tonight. 3 innings of work versus Ridgefield, allowed 7 runs, 6 of them being earned on 8 hits. Since then, he's had some really good outings in his last 3. 5 versus Portland, only allowing 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Back-to-back punch-outs from Hanson. He sits down Wakehill and nothing doing. 4th strikeout of the day for Jace Hanson. We go bottom of the third. Sweets trying to get on the board first. We return on the Sweets Digital Network. So we welcome you back at Borleski. Jace Hanson's had an impressive day so far tonight. As lone change in the field, as this one drilled high and deep into right field. Meyer will go back and haul things in to sit down Jake Takata. So Takata goes down to start off the top of the 4th, as they'll bring up Travis Welker. So Jace Hanson, he's been on tonight. Comes in for his 4th inning of work. Pretty quick fashion. 4 strikeouts so far, the incoming LC State. The lone change in the field, Leo Rivera moves to short, and Malcolm Williams goes over to second. As first pitch down from Hanson, it's 1-0. Jace Hanson, we talked about another guy who was really impressed in the later part of the year. He'll kick and fire, fastball straight down the middle. It's 1-1. 2-0 lead for the Sweets now as we enter the top of the 4th. Reminder that this 4th inning brought to you in part by 360 Communications. Last 3 outings for Hanson has been really impressive, as through 10 innings now, where he went 5 versus Portland, 1 versus Springfield, and 4 versus Kelowna. It's been impressive. Only 2 runs given up, 7 hits in 10 innings, and also striking out 9 batters in that time, stretched across 3 games. His last one got into a little bit of trouble with the walks versus Portland and the Pickles. He struck out 5 and walked 3 as this one looped in a right field. It will drop in front of Meyer. That will be the first base hit of the ball game, given up by Jace Hanson. So Welker will break up the no-no pretty early into the day to start talking about it, but it ends right there. Still in a very impressive day from Jace Hanson, looking to continue here. And expect him to go the 5-inning range, as Jacob Sharp will step in. As Hanson, with a runner at first now, will kick and deal in. Fastball low, smidge too low. It's 1-0. Jacob Sharp, we talked about, coming out of Fullerton College. 3 for 5 yesterday with a homer, 4 total RBIs. He's got a runner at first. And only 1 away. Again, we'll get a popper into right. Meyer underneath it, makes the grab. Will throw back in, but will lead to Welker, just taking back over to first. Back-to-back pop-ups to right. A trio pop-ups to right. 2 of them hauled in. 1 of them bounced in front of Meyer. 2 outs on the board in the top of the 4th. Big 6'4" right-hander and Jace Hanson coming out of YVC and incoming to LC State. He'll deal into Doyle Kane, runner at first. Kane 0 for 1 of the ball game. The set and deal. Fastball paints the low corner. It's 0-1. Hanson again. That one back inside. Beautiful pitch. And now we're seeing the control fully be there from Hanson. That's what's been pretty to watch. 0-2, 2 away, runner at first, top of the 4th, 2-0 ball game, Sweets on top. Kane will await, set, deal, deliver. Swung on, a bouncer, Oda Rivera, the scoop, the flip, in time, and that will end the inning. So again, we call Leo Rivera's name, and he's able to make the flip in time, and that will end the inning. 1 runner left on, 1 hit, no runs, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Sweets still up by 2, 2-0. We come back in the Sweets division. Difference being someone has to go in the infield once more. So Kevin Spear will hop from left. He'll bop over to second. So Spear will get, at the very least, 1 inning at second base. So I believe may see him go in another spot in the infield. We'll see him go at second again. We'll need to fully check that. First pitch to Riley McCarthy is hopped on the ground, foul. So in the top of the 5th inning, reminder that this 5th inning brought to you in part by Grazi Refrigeration. Next inning, things will pretty much stay the same, except for Johnson and Rivera will switch. As McCarthy fouls the next pitch back once more, it's 0-2. It's a 2-0 ball game. Sweets on top. Jace Hanson comes in for another inning of work. Only 1 hit given up on the day. With that being said, only 1 base runner giving up. So not only in the last inning breaking up the no-no, breaking up the perfect game with that being said. But it was early into the day. It's a hard hopper up the middle. Spear almost able to spear it in. It dinks past him and will lead to a Riley McCarthy leadoff base hit.
Next batter for Ridgefield, 26, Tyler Howard.
So we'll actually see Kevin Spear work at second the rest of the ball game. We'll also possibly see a former and current teammate of Leo Rivera, but at one point was a youth teammate in Kai Osaka. Deep roots with Leo Rivera this year, as McCarthy was able to get on to lead off the inning. Pitch upstairs from Jace Hanson. That one not able to catch. It's now 2-0. Top of the 5th inning. Sweets on top 2-0. Hanson, he's had a very impressive day. We talked a lot about the festivities here to round out the season as Hanson will again deal breaking ball down. It's 3-0. But Jace Hanson has kind of stolen the show in his own right. 4 strikeouts on the day. He's only allowed 2 hits, only allowed 2 base runners, no walks, 4 Ks. Now through 4 1/3. He'll deal in to Tyler Howard over 1 of the ball game. First time seeing Howard on the series. Hanson delivers. Fastball pretty much down the pipes, a little low. We'll make it 3-1. 3-1. Hanson dealt one there. We'll try and continue the fight going as Howard will wait with the runner at first. And nobody down. Hanson sets, fires, delivers. I actually see Kevin Spear work at second the rest of the ball game. We'll also possibly see a former and current teammate of Leo Rivera, but fastball pretty much down the pipes, a little low. We'll make it 3-1. 3-1. Hanson dealt one there. We'll try and continue the fight going as Howard will wait with the runner at first. And nobody down. Hanson sets, fires, delivers. That one in the dirt opposite batter's box and will lead to the first walk of the day given up. First free pass given by Jace Hanson. Nobody down, 2 on. I'll bring him Austin Cavanis. Cavanis will step in. 1 for 5 on the series. 1 for 2 yesterday with 3 walks. Out of Cal Poly, Chico, California. Snapped a little bit of a hit streak going on. He's got hits in 3 of his last 4, though. 2 on. Hanson, bunt showed. It was played back as the pitch was near the toes of Cavanis. It's 1-0. Austin Cavanis comes into the series batting around 270 at 268. You mentioned 1 for 5 on the set. As the infield will come in. Conversation started by Leo Rivera. As we've talked a lot about him. A true leader with the Sweets. And shows it a little bit there. Third baseman tonight. And he's going to play everything. That's been kind of the big story of the outing this evening. But Rivera there, he comes in, talks to his guy who he's worked with since day one with the Sweets, and Jace Hanson. The infield comes in to talk, a little bit of a chat there. As everyone kind of riles back up. So 2 on here, nobody down. Cavanis will await. Now a 1-0 pitch. Nobody down in the inning. Cavanis, previously at Folsom Lake College, an attempt to pick off the runner at second. And Riley McCarthy gets back sliding. The deal from Hanson. Bunt showed. It's a tosser foul. Evens the count up 1-1. So the count's now even. 1-all. It's Cavanis 0 for 1 on the ball game. One count. 2-0 ball game. The go-ahead run sits at the plate here for Ridgefield. The deal from Hanson. Low away. Barely not able to slip on the outside corner. 2-1. So Hanson, big yak at a YVC and coming to LC State. Hop back in. Down in the count. Barely trailing 2-1. This one on the ground, over to first, Milwaukee. Throw to Williams, throw back to first is high and away. The runner moves to third, throw to the plate, not in time. So that will score a run of a little bit of a fielder's choice play, trying to turn two as Cavanis almost hitting into a double play. Riley McCarthy scores from second, and that will cut the deficit in half. It's 2-1, still favoring the Sweets. So Cavanis will reach on the fielder's choice, and a throwing error will drive in the runner from second. 3-6 on the fielder's choice play. So one on now, bring up Nate Kirkpatrick. It's a 2-1 ball game. Sweets still on top of the fifth. Set fire, deliver, fastball on the ground, a hard hopper over to short. Williams a scoop, jumping, throw across, won't be able to get there. One heck of a play, one really good try there from Williams, but Kirkpatrick is able to dig it out for a base hit. A hard, slow bouncer, was hard high, but didn't really have that much speed off the bat, so it kind of just hung dead over at short. So now 2 on and only 1 away. Hanson will deal in now to Latif Wakehill. Fastball paints the outside corner. Wakehill 0 for 1 on the ball game, as well as 0 for 1 on the series. Nearing his 30th at bat, only 2 hits on the year. 2 for 27. So you got 2 on and only 1 away. 0-1 count now from Hanson. This one dialed back. It's 0-2. Oh-2 pitch on its way from Hanson. Deals, called. Strike 3, got him. 5th strikeout of the ball game for Jace Hanson. Puts 2 outs on the board in the top of the 5th inning. Sits down Wakehill for the 2nd time this evening. 5th strikeout of the day for Hanson. Ties his number from his last outing versus Portland. His season high being 6 Ks versus Kelowna. Part of a doubleheader where he was still very impressive. First pitch outside, hits for a strike to Jake Takata. The doubleheader, the Sweets had great pitching in those 2 games. Sweets fell by a combined score of 10-1 though. As Stu Fleslin started game 1, went 5 innings, scoreless, and the Sweets dropped the first game. Then in game 2, Jace Hanson gives them 5 really solid innings. Did allow 3 runs, but you keep your team in the ball game by doing that. Also punching out 6, a season high for Hanson. Sweet still fell in that one. And today, Hanson right back to that point. That was kind of the turning point for Jace Hanson. Was in a spot where the Sweets were going to make him more of a bullpen guy, come in late to mid relief, and he has definitely proved himself to be a true starter. Deals one high and away. It's 2-1. Went 5 versus Portland in a losing outing, but still kept the Sweets in it. Only giving up 2 runs. Went 1 inning versus Springfield. Practically shut down things. Got the save in that one. As Takata will sky this one into shallow right field. Meyer underneath it. He'll make the grab, and that will end the inning. So 1 run does come aboard, but the Sweets still hold a 2-1 lead. We go bottom of the 5th. 2 runners left stranded for Ridgefield. More when we come back in the Sweets digital. Backing up 4 strikeouts in that time. He'll deal in a first pitch to Travis Welker in the top of the 6th. His longest outing of the year. As Welker, 1 for 2 on the ball game, will await the kick in the deal here from Hanson. Set fire, deliver. Fastball looped foul. It's 0-1. So Welker, 1 for 2 on the ball game. 3-run contest, top of the 6th. Leadoff batter in Welker coming out of Fresno State, the Diamond Dog. Jace Hanson's deliver upstairs. Make things 1-1. Welker. Leave 4 for 9 on the series. 3 RBIs with a 2 for 5 outing yesterday. Time called as Pettyjohn to Hanson we'll discuss briefly. 2 yaks at a YVC. Mentioned Pettyjohn previously, previously a red shirt at YVC. Also, the America's New Hit game show, Where is Leo Rivera Now? 1-1. This one on the ground will hop into the gap and drop in a right field opposite of Rivera, who now sits at left. Sits in left. So Rivera moves into left. Everything else pretty much stays the same, with Milwaukee at first, Spear at second, Malcolm Williams at short, Jack Johnson at third, and the outfield still with Siemens and Meyer in center and right. Dean Pettyjohn will work the rest of the game behind the plate. Pretty much everything else will stay the same except for the outfield and the pitcher. We'll also see a brief appearance from Kai Osaka in the 9th. Set, fire, deliver. Top of the 6th. That one chased off the back of Jacob Sharp. There's now 2 on, and we might see a visit coming up with that AB. And yes, we will. So Vial will come out to discuss with his pitcher and Jace Hanson. Time call. We do see an arm warming up in the bullpen. We'll see if this is the end of the day for Hanson. I don't know quite yet. See an arm warming up. I believe possibly Zach Hengis. Trying to get that 100% for you. Sweet's in a weird spot. Very different team from a week ago to today. Nevertheless, from game 1 to today. So a lot of guys wearing different uniforms, different numbers. Are some guys returning with the Swedes. We mentioned Caden Kelber yesterday, Brady Hirai, and Bryson Spagnuolo. All getting nods in this series, with Hirai expected to go probably later tonight. We'll see how things go. So a quick little chat there, and in a way, probably just a brief discussion, like, let's relax, work. As we've already seen Hanson get out of spots like this. See how he works here to Doyle Kane. This one lifted into center field. The grab made from Siemens. He'll throw back in. We'll keep things on pause, as that will put the first out of the ball game, of the inning on the board as Kane pops out to center. That puts one out on the board in the top of the 6th. 3-run ball game. Sweets on top. Riley McCarthy steps in. Riley McCarthy, a hometown guy out of Vancouver, Washington. A little bit of a way to get to work with the Raptors. Pretty much used to the same area in the Pacific Northwest. The fastball chased him inside. It's strike number 1. While spending most of his life in the Pacific Northwest, from Vancouver, Washington, and Mountain View High School, playing collegiately at the University of Portland, was born on the opposite coast in Milton, Connecticut. The breaking ball got him looking outside. It's 0-2. Hanson back in the driver's seat. Deals the fastball in, then deals the curveball away. He's got 2 on. Really can do whatever here. 0-2, 1-out pitch. Try to deal something away again. Fastball lifted into right field. Meyer going after it. He'll make the grab, put 2 outs on the board. The runners will try and tag, but Logan Meyer, the throw dead on the line, will keep things in check. Back-to-back pop-outs to the outfield in center and right. Puts 2 outs on the board. Bring up Tyler Howard. So 2 on, 2 away as McCarthy flies out to right. Tyler Howard 0 for 1 on the ball game. He'll wait. Tyler Howard, we mentioned, first appearance of the series versus Walla Walla. He's got 2 on, trying to do damage. It's a 3-run ball game. Hanson will step off the mound and look over to second. Just a look over. We'll keep things right where they stand. Two on here. 2 away. Top of the 6th. Hanson delivers. Fastball low. So the first pitch of the at-bat doesn't go to the way of Hanson. It's 1-0. Longest outing this season for Jace Hanson, and it's been borderline one of his most impressive. The deal, again down low, 2-0. His longest outing previously going 5 in his last previous long. I believe did that twice, went 5 versus Portland his last outing, as well as 5 versus Kelowna. He's got 2 on, 2 away, top of the 6th. Fastball straight down the pipes, a little inside maybe, but pretty much down the middle. It's 2-1. 2-1 here to Howard. Walked his last AB. 0 for 1 on the ball game. Hanson looks at second, fires in. This one looped in the right. It will drop in front of Meyer, who will haul things in after the green light given. Coming around to score, it will be Travis Welker. He scores from second, and Ridgefield back on the board. An RBI base hit from Tyler Howard, able to cut the deficit in half. It's 4-2, top of the 6th. So the RBI knock from Tyler Howard makes it back to a 2-run ball game. I'll bring in Boston Cavanis. So Cavanis now with runners on the corners after the RBI knock. And Hanson, at this point, just trying to get out. Don't really want to put too big of a dent on his day, which has been really good. Hanson looks, sets, and delivers to Cavanis. Fastball up in the zone, hits for a strike. It's 0-1. Given up a good amount of hits in the last couple of innings, but still a good outing for Hanson. That cannot be overlooked. Runners at first and third. 2-out pitch to Cavanis. Hanson will look and deal. Fastball alone in the dirt. It's 1-1. 1-1. Top of the 6th inning. The Swedes able to put up 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the 6th, in danger of letting up some more runs. They've already let 1 go. Runner 90 feet away, as well as 1 down the other corner at first. Cavanis awaits. Breaking ball. Curveball, a little too far away. It's 2-1. So 2-1, Austin Cavanis. We talked about at Chico, California, and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. 1 for 5 on the series entering today. Hanson on 2-1. Fastball line deep in the center field. Siemens back after it. He'll make the grab, and that will end the inning. So 1 run does come aboard for Ridgefield and the Raptors, but the Swedes, they still hold a 2-run lead. 4-2, we go bottom of the 6th when we come back. The Swedes